Teachers often have a lot of problem with a knowledge-based curriculum. I'm not interested in going back to a grad grind, fact-based curriculum. So before I comment on the national curriculum proposals, I think I would just need to contextualise myself. I'm driven by three questions really. One is, what is the value of geography in the curriculum anyway? How does it contribute to a child's education? In this day and age, when the planet and the future of the planet is at risk, as we know we can destroy it. So surely geography has a big role to play in every child's education. Secondly, what is the relationship between geography as a school subject, which is often portrayed as being rather boring, and this vibrant academic discipline which exists in universities? It's not a simple relationship. School geography existed way before an academic discipline of geography was invented, and that surprises some people when I tell them that. And thirdly, what is the role of highly skilled, knowledgeable teachers in bringing about a really vibrant, useful geography education? I'm a former school teacher and I'm really committed to the power and the autonomy of teachers in schools. Okay, that's been my research for years. To cut a long story short, I think geography is about three things. It's about extending people's world knowledge, deepening and broadening their world knowledge, and that does include place names and highest mountains and longest rivers, but it's all about explanations about the weather and about how mountains are formed and so on. When I was leading the GA, the Geographical Association, we tried to capture that idea of world knowledge as the vocabulary of the subject, and we called it Knowledge One, and it's important. But secondly, geography is about grasping a series of what we call relational understandings about how the world works: people and environment, local and global, near and far, place and space. Geography really is about how society and environment interact. It's a conceptual thing. It's about understanding your place in the world, and we call that Knowledge Two. But thirdly, we think geography is about procedural knowledge and skills. It's about a propensity in people to think about choices and how the world may be. And you do that through a process of inquiry and maybe decision-making type lesson activities. And we call that Knowledge Three. It's not about curriculum design, it's not about curriculum planning, it's not really about curriculum development. All those activities are important. But I'm interested mostly in curriculum making it happen in the classroom on a Friday afternoon or a Monday morning, where you really do, as a teacher, have to think hard about getting kids involved with the earth, with the planet, and their place in it as an object of thought. It's not just about their experiencing of the world, it's about them beginning to think geographically about the world, hard thinking about the world. And that's why the relationship between geography as a school subject and the wider discipline is really important. Now, my view about this national curriculum is that it's no more than a framework of geographical knowledge. I wrote a letter, in fact, last week that was published in The Independent, which said it's a framework of knowledge, that's all. And my letter, which was in response to the debate in the NUT, in fact, got a response from a teacher in County Durham who wrote to me personally by email and said, yeah, that's fine, Professor Lambert, but what about the scheme of work? There's not enough detail in this national curriculum to ensure that I'm teaching the right stuff. And I answered that letter by saying, the problem is, are you satisfied with the government telling you what the right stuff is? I want this curriculum to be as small as possible so that you, the teacher in County Durham, or me, the teacher in London, can decide and make interpretations of the curriculum. In other words, we're back to curriculum making. So the national curriculum, it's not a syllabus, it's not a scheme of work, it's not a set of rules, it's just a framework. It is short and it's precise. It has words like soil, glaciation. But of course, words like that are open to interpretation, and that's good. Teachers should be interpreting the breadth and the depth to which they go with those topics, the context which they use to explore those topics, the way they organise it in this thing called a curriculum. So the national curriculum is neither boring nor dull, it's neither innovative nor static, it's not relevant or boring, it's just a set of words. But teachers can be all of those things. And I think a stripped down national curriculum framework that is being proposed at present, which is based upon geographical knowledge, the world as an object of thought, is a great invitation to teachers to retrieve and take back their responsibility to make the curriculum.